So you've been denied for your dream blank.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have more than enough money in that account.
Or you calculated your own debt to income ratio and you don't really like what you see. So now you're wondering, how in the world do you improve your debt to income ratio? That is a fantastic question, and that's exactly what this video is about today. Hi, my name is Tamisha, and I am so glad to have you here with me today. I am the financial coach of the Own the Life of Your Dreams, and we're going to be talking about debt to income ratio and how to improve it. So before we get into that, let's recap what debt to income ratio is. So first of all, the debt to income ratio is a percentage that tells the bank the amount of money you have left to play with after you take into account your financial choices. So if you just had to have that bag that matched that purse and them shoes and you put it on credit, well, that cut down your debt to income ratio, and that may hurt you if you're trying to purchase something big later on, like a car or a house or anything of that nature. So those are things that you need to think about when you are choosing your financial choices. You may not want a house right now, but if you want it within the next 2 to 5 years, you might want to think about decreasing your debt to income ratio. So debt to income ratio is only involving your revolving debt. What is that? That is the debt that you are paying for that will eventually go away. Stuff that you're paying off, like your mortgage, like your student loans, alimony, child support. All of those things that will eventually be paid off in the future. You need to know that because they are not your living expenses. That does not include your utilities, your gas and lights, your water, does not include putting gas in your car. All of those are living expenses and you will have them for the rest of your life. Okay, so make sure that you remember that. All right, banks take your adjusted gross income to find your debt to income ratio. So they look at your tax return. So if you want to get an accurate picture of your debt to income ratio, look at your tax returns and look at your adjusted gross income. I believe that's in Schedule C. Do not quote me on that though. But look at your adjusted gross income. Whatever that is, that's the amount of money that Uncle Sam can tax you on. And that's the amount of money that basically the US says that you have, and you divide that amount by 12 to find your monthly adjusted gross income. So once you do that, you divide that by that from your debts. So your debts go first, however much debt you have a month, and then you divide it by your adjusted gross income. And the magic number is 43%. Okay, now there are some banks out there that go lower than 43%. I would say do not bank with them. But if you have no other choice, then go forth and be merry. But I would definitely do my homework to find a bank that will give me at least 40% on my debt to income ratio. So that's my disclaimer. Yes, 43% for your debt to income ratio is the standard going rate. However, it can be higher, it can be lower, so make sure you do your homework and check out the banking institutions to find the best deal for you. So let's give a little example, shall we? Let's say that you get $5,000 in adjusted gross income a month, all right? Now, you also have a $200 credit card bill, and a $1,000 house payment. You have $500 that you're paying for an auto loan because you got to flodge, right? And you have $300 that you're paying a month for your student loans. So all in all, you have $2,000 in debt that you are paying for. So what you're doing to find your debt to income ratio is that you take your $2,000, that's your debts, divided by $5,000, which is your adjusted gross income a month, and that gives you 0.4% or 40% in your debt to income ratio. All right. So if your magic number for your bank is 43%, that means that the highest loan that you can have and stay within your debt to income ratio is $150 because your total debt to income ratio based on your income will be $2150. So you can only have $150, which will not pay for a house. It won't pay for a good car either. So make sure that you do your homework and make sure you stay below that magic number. So how can you do that? How do I improve my debt to income ratio?
But how could I use that knowledge to work for me?
Well, simple. There's two ways to do it, actually. Very simple. One way, you make more money. Second way, you reduce your debt. It's not hard. This is not rocket science, okay? So those are the two ways. However, I am going to give you 5 tricks to help you in thinking and what you need to think about and how to either do the make more money or reduce your debt. You ready? Let's get started. Number 5, pay off your debts ahead of time. That magic number that's called your minimum balance on your credit card debt is just that, the minimum balance that you should pay. You need to pay more than that because basically all you're paying for is interest, and that goes for not only your credit cards but your auto loans and your house payment. You're paying the first maybe year or so strictly to interest. You're not even paying on the balance. So the numbers aren't going down at all. So if you want to make a dent, if you want to pay off things faster, if you want to lower your debt to income ratio in a faster time frame, you need to pay more than the $25, $150, $200 that you have on that minimum balance. The more you pay, the faster you'll pay it off. So make sure that you remember that. Number 4, target your high interest credit cards first. Then you look at the highest bill to balance ratio. That's the second choice. So if you have basically all the same interest credit cards, which you probably won't, then you pay the highest bill to balance ratio. So what does that mean? Look at your credit card statements, okay, or the loans that you get from Tower Loan or any other, payday check cashing loans or anything where you have to trade your title for a loan. My God, those are like highway robbery.
Oh, the devil.
But if you look at the percentage of interest that they're charging you, some go as high as 30%. That means to actually use the money that they are giving you, you have to pay an additional 30% of that balance. That's highway robbery, okay? And you'll be paying it forever. It is not set up to help you as the consumer. So I definitely do not advise you getting into any type of loan where where the interest is that high. However, I understand times are hard. You may actually need that car or whatever, so that's what you can get at the time. But make sure you pay that bad boy as quick as you can, okay? So pay your highest percentage of interest first. If you're once you get it to all be about the same, make sure you look at your balance and the minimum payments of all of the credit card debts or loans that you have left. If you have a $2,000 loan and you're only paying $100 minimum for it, as opposed to a $2,000 loan and you're paying $150, you want to pay the $150 off first, because that means that they got some tricky fees in there somewhere, and you want to make sure that you're paying down the things that are going to affect you financially the most. So look at your balance to highest bill to balance ratio after you pay off your highest interest credit cards. You might not even need to do that, but that is just the extra tip just to help you out. All right. Number 3, and I do not think you need to sleep on this at all. Number 3 is to make more money. Simple, right? And there's many different ways to make more money. If you want to move up in your company, then do things to help you move up in your company. Get a raise. If you don't like your company, you want to go to someone else, then get a better paying job. If you want to get a side hustle, my husband's side hustle is to play for churches on the side as income on top of him, teaching at a school. So that's his side business. If you have a talent, a gift like that you can make money off of, then go forth, boo. We need a lot of musicians out there. It's a small world, and if you're willing to hone your talent, then definitely go for it. Also, a passion business. This, to me, is a passion business. Eventually, this will take over my teaching job. So and that's my goal, right? So if you have a passion for something and you know that what you're doing is not where it's at, you do not want to be doing it for the rest of your life, then look into doing something that you really want to do and make money off of it. Do it as a side thing at first, and then make it take over. And then definitely invest in investments, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, all of that good stuff. And in real estate, there is an awesome opportunity in real estate. And honestly, real estate is my end game. I love real estate and property. And I believe that will take me from working to sitting on my behind somewhere in a, island with a coconut and a straw. Okay, that's my goal. All right, that's what I want. So real estate has a awesome dual effect. It straddles the fence as far as debt to income ratio, because yes, you have to pay for the house, but the income that you're getting for the house kind of oversees or supersedes what you're paying for it. So it ends up being more of an income than a debt. And that is the type of property you want to get into. But in anything, in any way that you want to increase your money, make sure you do not add any more debt, okay? Or else all of this is for naught. You're just increasing your debt with your income, and your debt to income ratio will still be the same. So if you want to reduce it, increase the income, keep the debt, or reduce it, all right? Also, number 2, make sure that you transfer debts to a 0% APR credit card. And that's like credit card debts, okay? And that's one of my favorites because I don't like paying interest. I mean, that's just the way it is. So when I got my 0% credit card and I know that it's going to be about 14 months to pay off that debt, if I do not pay it off in 14 months, then that means what I'll do is start looking for another 0% APR credit card, okay? And so once I find that, I just transfer over that debt so I'm never paying interest. And that is my goal, at least. I don't want to pay somebody money that I don't feel that I should owe them. I mean, I'm only borrowing $2,000. Why do I need to pay you $3,150? It doesn't make sense to me. So that is the name of the game. If you have no interest, then there is no highest interest credit card debt to pay. So banks look at that when they're figuring out your debt to income ratio. So make sure that you look for that as well. And last but not least, number 1, make sure you refinance your debts to a new lender. So if you have those dreaded payday title loan type debts, if you have anything, I'd say Tower a lot because that was the company that we used in Mississippi a lot, but any loan company that's kind of self-sufficient, or any auto loans that are kind of fishy, or your home loan, you can put this all in one nice bow in a basically home equity loan, essentially. And so once you put that all into this loan, number 1, you're only paying one person, and your monthly income, your monthly debt goes down to this one thing. And so that will also dramatically drop your debt to income ratio because you're only paying one person and you have just one fee to pay as opposed to 7. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was truly, truly fun. And I hope that this was valuable for you. If you are new and you want to know more, or you're looking to liberate yourself from the financial chains that are bounding you and you want to be set free, financially, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel and join me on this journey, because I want to set you free. Also, if you want to know more information on how you can become financially free, you can check out this video floating above my head, and it will definitely help you out. All right, so until next time, make sure that you do everything to live free. Bye for now.